Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's your man Adam Ace Spencer here with another video diving into TaskRabbit. And I really want to ask you a simple question. Why are you on TaskRabbit? Why are you here? What is your intentions? What's your point? What's your goal? The reason I ask this, the reason I'm making this video is because I think it's one of those decisions you need to make, and it might change, but knowing what exactly it is that you are really after will help you with making your TaskRabbit experience better. And what I'm saying is some people are here simply because of money and only money. They want to make as much money as possible. Other people want flexibility and the freedom of being able to control their own schedule, decide when they want to work, when they don't want to work. And essentially, some will fall in the middle, some want to balance it both, and this, that, and the other. But the point is, you need to decide what exactly it is that you want. If your goal is to make as much money as possible, well, you should be listening to every single video I've made where I'm saying how to make more money in TaskRabbit. Turning on your availability, where it's pretty much on 24/7, same day availability, having your map, your radius as wide as possible so that you will travel wherever, whenever, and you'll do whatever. Ultimately, it's about that grind of being willing to fully commit to whatever it is that you truly want, whatever it is that you're after. So if you are saying, hey, I want as much money as possible, and your rate is, fairly high. And this is, again, something that I've had to kind of question myself, ask myself, what exactly is it that I want? And you might have to make changes, and I've made changes, and, I kind of know the pattern, so to speak, that I take when it comes to my rates throughout the year. It's not one same rate all year round. And, it could be, but that would be somewhat of a sacrifice because my rates are fairly high. That said, I could always lower my rates more. I would stay busy all year round, most likely. But then I wouldn't necessarily have as much freedom to do what I want when I want. Now, like I said, I pretty much will work whenever someone books me. My schedule's usually I have same day availability on 24/7. I am available for the most part. And that puts me in a position where it increases the chances of me being able to make more money. Now, if I had a low rate and my availability was on 24/7, I would probably be booked 24/7. If I said, hey, my rate's $20 an hour, I do all of the categories that I offer, which I think it's like 27 different categories. Well, I probably would be pretty busy. I'm sure people would book me up a lot more than what they currently do when my rate's 3 times or 4 times, maybe even 5 times as much. And so, again, for me, I know what's not to come, I guess you can say, and what kind of is to come when my rate is, at this high. It's this high. And when it's lower, I know I can still expect to be busy, most of the time, but not as much. And if I lower it more, or vice versa. And, I think you guys get my drift, but ultimately it really comes down to you deciding what exactly you want. You're going to get to a point now where maybe you say, my goal is to make 50,000 and you hit 50,000. Well, at that point, do you, keep your rate where it's been? Do you decide to increase your rate a bit, see what happens? A lot of it's going to be trial and error and testing the waters. There is another tasker here in Boston that I spoke with about raising his rates like a year ago, a while ago. And he didn't, I don't know why, for some reason, he didn't really listen to me. And he just now is doing it. And he's like, people are still booking me. And I'm like swamped. And I got my regular, and it was just like, I'm like, it was funny because you can see like the light was on, and he was like, yeah, you told me. And I get it. It's going to be kind of a little nerve-wracking, I think, at first. You're like, man, no one's going to book me at this rate, or at least not that much. I'm not going to make enough money. And, if you have some sort of means of keeping track of how much money you make, then you're going to be able to see how much money you make each month when your rate is at XYZ dollars. Like I said, it's trial and error, and having some sort of ability to log and record and document when you raised your rates, when you lowered your rates, and how much money you essentially made at that rate will help you with being able to decide where your rate should be moving forward. Now, of course, unforeseen events might arise that throw a little wrench in your plan. You have to make, kind of go a back road and reroute and whatnot. Things will happen, of course. Yeah, that's life. But it's still having some sort of blueprint, some sort of idea of where you were, at a given time, how much money you made will help you with being able to decide where you should be moving forward and where you want to be, at least. And at least it'll put things in perspective where you can say, okay, when my rate was at this, when I was here at $20 and I was always available, I made $30,000. When I increased my rate, I was able to make just as much money, but I didn't have to work as much. Now, again, there's going to be a point. You're going to hit a crossroad and realize people aren't booking you as much. So, then it's going to be that it comes down to, you and what it is you're truly after. If your goal is to make a certain amount of money every year, well, again, is it gonna? It's your income will probably fluctuate throughout the year depending on the services you provide and the region of where you are located. The weather and whatnot. Here in Boston, if you can't live off of moving services, where you expect to make a consistent source of income from just moving, if you have a high rate, it's not going to happen. Now, you can have a lower rate and have consistent work with moving probably, but your rate's going to have to be much lower. If you increase it higher, it's going to be slower in certain times of the year than others. So I'm kind of just drifting at this point, but I'm hoping you guys understand what I'm saying. The main point is you decide what you want to do. You decide your flexibility of how much you want to work, how much you don't want to work, and how much money you want to make. Of course, most people are going to be like, I want to make as much money as possible. Well, turn your availability on every day and have your radius as wide as possible. Turn all your categories on basically and do a good job. By doing all of the above, you will make a ton of money. You got to grind. It's going to be tiring. Got to go hard. Everyone's different. And like I said, everyone has different interests in TaskRabbit. Some people just want to make a couple of bucks so that they can, they already got money. You're sitting on money and you just don't want to go through what you currently have. You want to make a few extra dollars. That's different than the individual who's trying to make as much money as possible. And that was me at one point. I'm like, I just want to make as much money as possible. And then, I hit a certain point where I was like, but at what cost? Right? That's the question. At what cost? And for me, I felt like it wasn't there as much like it once had been. So, my priorities are still to make money, of course, but I love the ability to be my own boss, create my own schedule. If I do want to take a day off, I can. Do I? Not enough. But hey, just wanted to make this little video asking you guys, what exactly is it that you want? What's your goal? Put a number in, write it down, a number that you have in mind. I want to make $50,000 on TaskRabbit. I want to make 75. I want to make 100. Adam Ace keeps making these videos talking about people making $11,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I want to make $100,000 on TaskRabbit. I mean, whatever your goal is, write it down, etch it down, get that real number there, make it real, and start to work after it. And maybe it's not the money. Maybe you're like, I just want 30,000 and I want that ability to decide what I want to do this weekend and just get up or sleep in every day. Some people like that. Some people don't. They have their schedule turned off every morning until 10 o'clock. And you can book them every day, but not until 10 a.m. Their goal is, I just want to be able to sleep in every day. What do you want? What are you after? Why are you here on TaskRabbit? That's the question. And feel free to, let me, I don't know. Maybe you don't know, You can even, comment down below. Say, I don't even know. I just want to make money. Well, if you just want to make money, how much do you want to make? You want to be able to just make enough where you can leave your 9 to 5? You don't have to do anything else? All right, well, how much money will that be? Write it down. Do the math, figure it out. Add up all your bills. You want to make enough where you can save up for a house in a few years? All right, well, how much do you need and how much do you got to grind? Again, write it down, get after it. Know what it is you're doing. Have some sort of idea of where you're going. It will help make this experience here on TaskRabbit and in general much easier. I know some people are like, nah, I just want to go with the flow. That was definitely me, and it is still me to some extent. I like that, again, that flexibility. Create my own schedule. I don't have a 9 to 5. I used to be doing software sales, and I'd have to go in, do the corporate thing every day in downtown Boston. It was a great experience. I worked with some great people. I enjoyed my time doing it, but at the same time, I wanted more. I wanted that control of being able to decide what I want to do, when I want to do it. And, I like, there's a number of reasons why I enjoy being here on TaskRabbit. So, just want to make this video just asking that question. Why are you here? What is your goal? What are you after? Flexibility, freedom, both, some, maybe other things. That's what you have to decide, and it will make your experience much, much better. So I'm going to wrap this video up there. Hope you guys found this video helpful, encouraging, motivational. If so, definitely smash that like button. I do appreciate you guys. And you guys already know I got to keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Peace.